你们希望我来，我来了；你们希望合力对付我，现在我只有一人。
国师还是如此狂妄。
大军后方突然出现了许多带旗子的人，国师有伤在身，你能不能派些高手去支援？
倘若你让圣教帮助国师，我圣教都将在江湖上名誉扫地。
我们真能帮到国师吗？
城内竟有如此多的天人境强者，
大香就是你的葬身之地。
旧时代必须彻底摧毁，革命须得流血，须得万万人头落地。
什么东西啊？
山，是一座山，在天上飞。
Hello guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're checking out the Tales of Herding Gods episode 69 spoiler. This part gets pretty interesting, so I thought, why not share it with you guys? All right then, let's jump straight into the story. The city feels like it just exhaled its last breath. Smoke curling up, embers drifting. Yeah, this is one of those moments where the world goes quiet for a second and then everything falls apart. Before that insect army from Three Wonders Castle could even march out, boom, swallowed by fire and flashing blades, like the ground itself decided it had had enough. 1 second, unstoppable force. Next second, nothing but ash. I'm standing here thinking, did that really just happen? And those insects weren't weak, far from it. They were terrifying. But surprise hits different, you know? Humans and insects alike burned together, wiped out before anyone could even scream properly. Cruel, fast, final. Then the female warriors of Passion Parting Palace, powerful, proud, scary in their own right, they look up and the sky just rains swords, actual swords. They don't even fall over at first. They're standing there, bodies full of holes, like the shock hasn't caught up with them yet. And by the time they finally collapse, those same blades are already sliding back into their cases on the cavalry's backs like nothing happened. That part? Yeah, that sent chills down my spine. The rebel army, the sect disciples, they don't even get time to think. One moment they're an army, the next they're just people running in different directions trying to survive. But once the formations of eternal peace soldiers close in, heads drop in an instant. Doesn't matter how high their cultivation is when you're surrounded like that. You can feel the panic rolling through them. What do we do now? That's the thing. As individuals, the sect disciples are monsters in battle, but together, total mess. First charge hits and they're scattered like leaves in a storm. Sure, some groups trained for teamwork, but being caught off guard is unforgiving. Once the line breaks, it's over. And this isn't even a battle anymore. It's a massacre. A planned, precise ambush under those teleportation flags of Heavenly Devil Cult. Only one ending on nights like this, complete obliteration. Up on the mountain, I see him, the bronze mask trembling. He just keeps whispering, two choices. And honestly, can you blame him? Eternal Peace Imperial Preceptor laid it out cold. Either be crushed by the Empire, driven all the way to the South Sea and erased, or follow the rules of the martial world and challenge him to the death. Pick your doom, basically. And now they're realizing, yeah, he's giving them both at once. Brutal. Then Passion Parting Palace Master snaps, shouting, "Since when did Heavenly Devil Cult bow to the Imperial Court?" And that hits hard, right? The so-called Supreme Devil Path, now standing with the Empire? Even I'm sitting here thinking, yeah, when did that happen? Their sword art demands a heart empty of everything. No love, no hate, no passion. But as she watches her disciples getting slaughtered, that calm just shatters. You can almost hear it break. and Eternal Peace Imperial Preceptor catches it instantly. His fingertip lights up, turns into this blade of ki that stretches in the blink of an eye, straight for her throat. My heart just stops. Is he really going to... And it's not just her losing composure. Everyone's hearts are shaking now. When he moves, nobody even tries to stop him. They can't. The thought running through them is simple, cold, heavy. We're going to die. This whole mountain is sealed, trapped inside the heavenly prison seal. No sound getting out, nothing escaping. If they clash here, everything, everyone gets ground into dust. And then, right before the preceptor strikes, this massive flag snaps into existence in front of Qin Mu and the others. It just drops down like a curtain, wraps them up, and gone. Vanishes. Flag, people, dragon Keelan, everything. Just like that. I'm left staring at empty space thinking, okay, what happens now? So the very next second, bam! Qin Mu and the others are suddenly at the base of the mountain. No warning, no gentle landing, just whoosh, new location unlocked. And there's this strange guy in a bamboo hat beside them, calmly reopening that massive flag like this is just another day at work. Meanwhile, Chen Wannan, Yun Kuei, Yue Qinghong, they're all staring like, who invited him? Then I noticed something wild. Hundreds of these bamboo hat people surrounding the entire mountain in a perfect circle. Their flags lift, the fabric ripples in the wind, and this ancient voice just says, go. Real simple, real ominous. And then, no joke, swoosh. The flags sweep past the mountain, and the mountain is just gone. Vanished. Every single powerhouse on it, too. Even Eternal Peace Imperial Preceptor. My brain just goes, wait, what? Where the mountain used to be? Just empty white earth and the smashed remains of the city lord's manor. Yeah, that's it. Yikes. Before anyone can even process that insanity, the flag gets raised again, this time over Qin Mu's group. They barely get out a confused blink before the world spins like a bad carnival ride, and suddenly they're standing on a mountaintop miles away, wind roaring, robes flapping, hearts racing, and around them, more bamboo hat strangers, a lot of them. Everyone's rattled. You can see it in their faces. Chen Wanyan mutters, they're from Heavenly Devil Cult. Why kidnap us? And honestly, I'm wondering the same thing, because this cult, #1 devil sect, mysterious, untouchable. Imperial Court tried to dig up dirt, found almost nothing. And now they're helping the Imperial Preceptor and rescuing this random group? Yeah, there's definitely a plan. Then, big moment, the weird people quietly remove their bamboo hats, bow, and in perfect unison say, subordinates pay respects to sacred cult master and saintess. And everybody just freezes. I mean, what reaction is appropriate there? Monk Yun Kuei? He just claps his eyes shut and yells, I saw nothing, don't kill me. Honestly, fair reaction. Then a calm voice, rise, no need for formalities. And everyone slowly turns. It's Qin Mu. Yeah, Qin Mu, Imperial College's first abandoned child turned academician, is the sacred cult master. I swear, even the wind paused for that one. I actually muttered, no way, out loud. Qin Mu just smiles, soft, gentle, like this is all completely normal. Yue Qinghong's voice shakes. Then, who's the saintess? Si Yunxiang gives this shy little smile. Cue goosebumps. Everywhere. And it gets worse. Sword Hall Master, Formation Hall Master, familiar faces, loyal to the cult. Chen Wanyan just deflates like, we're dead. Yep, this is it. Monk Yun Kuei loses it. Why do you say their names? Now I'm definitely dead too. Sword Hall Master looks over like he's considering a grocery list and asks, Sacred Cult Master, should we silence them? Yeah, that'll make your soul leave your body for a second. Monk Yun Kuei instantly flips to survival mode, smiling, pleading, we're classmates, we've shared beatings, remember? Even begs the fox spirit for backup. She just tilts her head like, sorry man. And then Qin Mu, steady, calm, says, don't worry, you're safe, I'm here. And for the first time since this whole chaos started, everyone actually breathes again.
So Qin Mu just casually turns to Sword Hall Master and goes,
These folks? Yeah, they're my classmates from Imperial College. Ask if they want to join the sacred cult. If not, well, bury them here. Nice scenery, peaceful resting place. And then he spins back around like a friendly host saying everything's fine. Don't worry, I'll handle it. Yeah, that does not help. Monk Yun Kuei looks like his soul already left his body. If he had hair, it'd be standing straight up. Good thing he's bald, less maintenance during panic. Then Qin Mu keeps going, totally straight-faced. Oh, and Sword Hall, when you kill them later, don't do it in front of me. Wan Yun, King Hong, relax. We're not cruel villains like other devil sects. You'll be fine. Just make the strike quick so it doesn't hurt. My brain? Excuse me? What? Monk Yun Kuei hears that and just snaps. I heard you. Sword Hall, don't come over. I've already joined the sacred cult. Fastest conversion in history. Yu Qinghong turns to Chen Wanyun like, so, thoughts? Chen Wanyun hesitates and admits, well, since Heavenly Devil Cult is clearly working with the Imperial Court now, joining doesn't sound that bad. And if we don't... Yeah, he leaves the rest unsaid. We all get it. So Yu Qinghong just sighs. All right, we'll join. And honestly, same. She looks innocently at Si Yun Xiang, but if we didn't join, you guys wouldn't really kill us, right? Si Yun Xiang gives this sweet little laugh. Cult Master is kind. He was only joking. Monk Yun Kuei instantly relaxes. See, I knew it was a joke, right, Acaditioner? Acaditioner? Qin Mu just smiles and says nothing. Silence. Monk Yun Kuei fades to grayscale. Then Qin Mu walks to the cliff edge, looking out toward a distant mountain, and that's when the mood shifts. The air itself feels tight, because across miles the battlefield is tearing reality apart. That heavenly prison seal? Yeah, it's full of holes now, like a net ripping apart. And from every gap these violent gales roar out, trees ripping from the earth, branches swirling into the sky before being shredded into splinters. I actually whisper, whoa. Even from this far, you can feel the danger. Cult Master level beings fighting for their lives, every clash shaking the mountains. Another gust slams past the group, and suddenly it clicks. Oh, that's why the wind up here felt so insane earlier. It's not the weather, it's the fight. The trees bend again and again, some snapping clean in half. The mountain where they're fighting, slowly being ground downward, pressed flat like the world itself is giving way beneath them. Qin Mu narrows his green heaven's eyes to watch, but even then it's hard. Their movements are too fast. All he can track are the afterimages, the remnants of force. And then his heart sinks. One more cult master has fallen. And yeah, that silence afterwards says everything. Yu Qinghong glances at the Heavenly Devil Cult practitioners around them. They're just standing there, calm, watching, not moving to help. So she finally asks, aren't you going to do anything? Qin Mu shakes his head. No need. Eternal Peace Imperial Preceptors got this. Those old monsters ambushed him before, and even then they could only injure him while he was commanding an army of 10,000. If he launches the ambush, almost nobody can stop him. Then he adds almost conversationally, our part was giving him the perfect moment. Wait until the sect masters lost their nerve, and then let him strike. And suddenly it all makes sense. Calculated, precise, cold. I just exhale and think, man, this is way bigger than any of them realized.
So here's the wild part. Whether it was the #1 devil sect teaming up with the Imperial Preceptor, or Heavenly Devil Cult straight up teleporting entire army units into place, yeah, that alone was enough to rattle every Cult Master level powerhouse watching. And once the slaughter started, hearts shook. Confidence cracked, even for just a moment. But that tiny moment, in front of someone like Eternal Peace Imperial Preceptor, that's basically a death sentence. These guys are all Divine Bridge Realm, top tier, but even inside that level, there's a gap. Some are strong, some are scary strong. And then there's the Imperial Preceptor. No weak spots, no soft edges. The guy's like a perfect straight line in a world of crooked angles. The more you look at it, the more you realize nobody else measures up. So when he launches a sneak attack, yeah, you don't fight back. You just disappear. Just like back in Heaven Wave City, when Du Tian Devil King took one strike from Mute, and that was it. Lights out. Qin Mu's watching all this and guessing the preceptor might have already taken out 4 people in that opening instant, maybe more injured. Honestly, sounds right. But the crazy thing is, despite how epic this battle is, almost nobody can actually see what's happening. The speed, the force, the techniques, it's beyond most eyes. Maybe the left and right guardians can follow, maybe, but even the Hallmasters, a lot of them are basically watching streaks of light. Qin Mu squints, trying again. All he gets are the after images, arcs of light, flashes of divine arts, and every so often, one of those streaks just vanishes, which means somebody died. He counts. Now there are only 8 figures left. So other than the Imperial Preceptor, 7 remain. And now he's curious. Who are they? Which monsters are still standing? He can see their aura blazing like gods, but not their faces, not their techniques clearly enough to study. And then the thought drops in. If I can't see this clearly, aren't I missing a huge opportunity? So Qin Mu decides, yeah, let's try awakening Cyan Heaven's eyes. He channels more vital qi into his eyes. He already has 3 layers of pupils stacked in there like some arcane camera lens. Natural pupils, Heaven's eyes, Green Heaven's eyes, Cyan Heaven's eyes would be the 4th. Next level clarity. But halfway through channeling, something else moves with his qi. Something foreign. And suddenly, the battlefield snaps into perfect focus, like someone toggled Ultra HD mode. Qin Mu blinks, shakes his head, looks again, still crystal clear. And here's the scary part. He hadn't even finished forming Cyan Heaven's eyes. That clarity, it isn't his. A chill runs straight down his spine. There are someone else's eyes inside my eyes. Now he can see everything, the preceptor's every gesture, the layers of sword arts, the structure of every divine technique, like the world just unfolded before him. But this isn't what his sight should be capable of. This is someone else, someone looking through him, borrowing his eyes, watching the battlefield. And Qin Mu just stands there, heart pounding, thinking, who is it? And then it hits Qin Mu hard. He remembers Heaven Wave City, the moment he summoned Du Tian Devil King. Back then, the Devil King's consciousness and magic power had surged through Qin Mu's body, using him like a bridge to step into the Devil God's sculpture. His brow split open, sparks pouring out while he was running the Overlord Body 3 elixir technique. Yeah, not exactly a normal day. And during that circulation, he'd felt something enter along with his qi. Subtle, quiet, but definitely there. Later, when Great Mountain Sect's disciples arrived and used Devil Withdraw command, the summoning got cut, clean. Du Tian Devil King's power pouring out of Qin Mu was sliced off midstream, which means a part of that consciousness never left. It stayed. Inside him. And that's when Qin Mu realizes, oh no, the one borrowing my eyes right now is Du Tian Devil King. Yeah, that's a chill down the spine moment. Where is he hiding? Why hasn't Qin Mu noticed all this time? Is he just sitting there, watching, waiting? And what does a Devil King want? The thought crosses his mind. Granny C already has Devil Cult Master Li Qianxing inside her. If he's walking around with a Devil King too, that's quite the family theme. But Qin Mu keeps it together. If Du Tian Devil King wants to watch, fine, because that means Qin Mu also gets front row vision to this insane battle. Techniques, divine arts, movements. This is priceless experience. So he plays it cool. No sudden reactions, don't spook him. I'll find him later and root him out. Then his gaze sharpens. Now he can finally see everything. The Imperial Preceptor's swords aren't even real swords, just pure vital qi shaping and dissolving at will. Light blazes around him like a god descending, and Qin Mu remembers seeing a similar radiance once around the village chief. Even the simplest sword form in the preceptor's hand becomes something intricate, layered, alive, because behind every movement are calculations, patterns, transformations. Qinmu blinks. Dao Sect's Dao sword? He recognizes the shadow of it. Dao Sect's technique is built on math so deep it might as well be a language of the universe, like the yin-yang symbol. Sure, anyone can draw a circle, but can you calculate the exact proportions of the swirl inside it? That kind of math. Canon of supreme mystery, endless decimals, Xukong, Xingjing. Qinmu just thinks, dang, he's really good at this. If I'd known, I'd have asked him for tutoring on the way south. Meanwhile, the three elders facing him, Teacher Por, Wanderer Li, True Lord Tien, yeah, they're legends for a reason. Light pours off them like ancient gods stepping through time, each wielding their own lifelong mastery. Teacher Por has this massive brush, part whisk, flowing like it's painting reality itself. Wanderer Li's sword skills are delicate, layered, but stuck in the past, still built entirely on the 14 basic sword forms. Brilliant, yet outdated, like an old master refusing to move with the era. And True Lord Tien? He brings nightmares to life, venomous insects refined into dragons, giant centipede dragons, silk-wrapped dragon worms, green serpents grown into flood dragons, monsters twisting through the sky. But one by one, they fall. Each insect dragon sliced apart mid-flight by the Imperial Preceptor's shifting sword key. And watching it all unfold, I can't help but think, yeah, this is the difference between strong and unstoppable.
Qinmu's watching the battlefield like someone quietly calculating the end of a story he already knows. And yeah, True Lord Tien, he's not lasting much longer. Those insect dragons are dropping fast. But there are still 4 more figures hanging on. One of them is Qi Da Yu from Beggar Sect. His 100-pore mystery technique is honestly kind of wild. He can flicker between solid and intangible like he's phasing in and out of reality. One moment he's there, next moment, gone. The whole concept is that he owns nothing, is nothing, and somehow that makes him really hard to kill. Another is Spiritual Master Dao Quan, easily the weakest one out here. Qinmu's not even sure if he's surviving on skill or if the Imperial Preceptor just doesn't see him as worth the effort, which, oof. Then there's Venerable Ji Kong from Great Strength Monastery. His formation, existence, destruction, emptiness, 4 incantations mudra, yeah, that's as intense as it sounds, is powerful. But even he's getting carved up by the Preceptor's sword chi, bloodied, barely standing. And finally, the bronze-masked man. His power is something else. When he strikes, 9 dragon shadows erupt around him like real, roaring beasts, tearing across the sky. Fire, water, yin, yang, attack, defense, refinement. The dragons shift forms constantly, adapting, changing, overwhelming. And they're not just illusions anymore, they're almost physical. 9 Dragons Monarch Technique. That's an Imperial family art, restricted. Only true royal blood touches that technique. Which means, this masked guy, he's not just royalty, he's high royalty. And despite the chaos, the Imperial Preceptor still isn't finishing him off, like there's a line he refuses to cross. Qinmu just thinks, okay, who the heck is this guy? And right then, he feels something. A shift, a pressure in the air. He turns west and sees a mountain coming. A mountain. Except it's not real stone, it's an apparition made from the combined aura of countless monks, layer after layer of peaks, and on every peak monks sit cross-legged, or stand holding jade vases, or rest with round bellies and serene smiles. And at the very top, a golden Buddha blazing with 10,000 rays of light. Mount Meru. Qinmu's heart jumps. Great Thunderclap Monastery, old Buddha Rulai himself is here. That's big.
Monks, guardians, arhats, bodhisattvas, an entire sacred force descending. And why now? Even the imperial preceptor senses it. His eyes sharpen. And he slays Venerable Ji Kong in one clean strike. Boom, just like that. The heavenly devil cult practitioners all slowly turn toward the floating Mount Meru apparition. Left guardian snorts. Bald donkeys. And the entire cult echoes him like it's a chant. Bald donkeys. Monk Yun Kuei hesitates for half a second, then joins in. He has to. Occupational requirement now. Mount Meru hovers above them, and the voices of all those holy figures roll down like thunder. Evil creatures of the devil path. Qin Mu just raises a brow. So, yeah, I'm getting the feeling Heavenly Saint Cult and Great Thunderclap Monastery aren't on the best terms. So guys, that was the episode 69 spoiler. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button and tell me in the comments which episode you want next. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!